Okay. Six kanatani. Itami to stoi o mahkatui ksischiko. Actually, it's Thursday. Tis Thursday now, the 28th of December 2023 in the lunar cycle. Misami Kokomiato, it's the long night's moon. And my sidekick here, Miss Tayla, is getting excited to get out of the vehicle. But you're not getting out here, Tay. This is where I get out. I'm just going to go check for mice and such. You're going to stay in the vehicle. I can't leave it running with keys in here or anything like that, because I found that she'll jump up on the door and lock me out. No, you stay. Stay. Just stay. I'll be right back. Yeah, she's just itching to go. Anyway, starting off my Thursday with obviously the cemetery, checking for voles. Haven't heard any news about any new raccoons or skunks over the holidays. However, last night I started getting frantic messages and calls from Michael down at the Peace Shrine, because he encountered that sick raccoon that I brought down there. It didn't go anywhere from where I left it, but somebody tipped him off that it was there, and he went to check it out, and he decided to drown the raccoon, put it out of its misery, which was very kind of him. And however, he was not thinking that there might be a contamination issue with the diseased raccoon, and so he buried it close to his peace shrine, and he was concerned that he needed to get it out of there. So last night, because he has visitors and they have dogs and stuff like that, and he was worried that he said he buried it 3 feet down, but he didn't want it to be where he buried it anymore. It was too close to the shrine, so he wanted to take it and rebury it where I had left the animal. But then he found the ground over there too rocky, so now apparently the carcass is in the river, and Michael is hoping that I will get some kind of something from Fish and Wildlife, some kind of directive on where we can bring the animal's carcass so that it doesn't contaminate. But reading about rabies and such, I think the chance of anybody getting rabies off of that animal, if we just left it where it was buried to begin with, or where he had buried it, I think it'd have been all right. Nobody. These I tried the apple slices and the peanut butter now, because I had been doing peanut butter and having just shady success with the voles, and then somebody said apple slices, so I moved to apple slices alone. Didn't catch anything, so now I'm back to peanut butter with apple slices, and we'll see how that goes. Now let's see, there should be another trap just along here somewheres. Or did I pass it by? Huh. Any case, gonna oh no, that would have been further back that I have those other two traps. What was I gonna say? Oh yeah, so Tayla and I, we're gonna go over to the river, go for a walk after this, go searching for owls a little bit, and I don't know what's up for the rest of the day, but I figured I might as well get a video going, give some updates, review what happened over the holidays for me, that kind of thing. Show you a couple of photos, and yeah, let's do a video today. So here's another trap. Betting it's empty though. I haven't been having much success. Yeah, I can see just from the window here. Wish all of mine had windows. can see that there's no vole. Interesting. There's definitely plenty of vole activity going on. All right, one more unsuccessful trap to check, and then we'll head down to the river. No animal, but somehow my peanut butter got kind of stashed back under the ramp. I'm gonna have to fix that. Anyway, let's go down to the river. Where the rivers coalesce. This one is just having fun. Should we go look at the cliffs over here? Might as well just check them out in case there's any cool fossils popping out of there. I haven't seen many stone lickers down here, many rock lickers down here this winter, so I don't know if they've been keeping track of what's coming out of the cliff over this way. Used to be. Used to be there was guys that come down here mining every day, but I haven't seen those guys for a while. I don't know, maybe they found better spots. But this does produce. Sorry, we do got a little wind today. It's 6 degrees. It's pretty darn warm. Sounds like there's a bunch of geese just downstream from us. I won't bring Tayla there to bother them. But just gonna briefly check out the cliffs here. See if there's anything worth seeing. Probably not. Then we'll head into the forest. Start looking for coconut stokies. Those funny-eared owls. Coconut stokie. Actually, I think it means they got meager ear, little bit of ear, when really they got the biggest ears. Tayla. Having fun on the cliffs. Yeah, it's mostly just coal seams. You can see the black coal in there, shiny, you know. Sikokotok. Black rock. That's what Lethbridge is named after in Blackfoot. Oh, what's up? Let's go to the forest. Oh, cool. They got these little mica crystals. I've seen these on really old stuff in the British Museum, and I seen it like used as an ornament on some kind of bandolier, somebody's jacket, I think. And I had asked my elder, I'm carrying half of the cliff with me in my sandals here. Yeah, these guys keen They used to have the best sandal, and then they put this toe guard on there, and now it just retains all the junk. Anyway, I'd asked my elder, late Alan Pard, about what those crystals were, and he told me it's the same as mirrors today. You know, basically, it's used to reflect any kind of negative energy, anything anybody's trying to cast on you. You know, it's to reflect that stuff back out at them. So there's a little something, a little traditional lesson. I really like this area of the river. Tayla, come on. You get in behind. Yeah, purposely took us to the south end of the park first, and that way, walking along here, I'll have the sun at our back, and we can look at the trees much easier. The low winter sun, it's very, very bright. Looking to the south, be hard to see anything. Oh, there's a bunch of deer back there. I wonder if Tayla will notice a bunch of whitetails taking off in the background. You probably can't even see them in this camera, but they're there. Hold on, I'll pull my other camera. Oh, they're pretty far up ahead now. I don't know if we'll spot them or not. Oh, there goes one across the field. Across the meadow. Yeah, it's a little herd of whitetails. There they go. Where are they? Yeah, they're all making their way. I don't know if she notices or not. What do you see, Tay? I see gate scarp. Porcupine up here. No owls as yet. I have to relocate their nest. I know it's somewhere along here, maybe just before this meadow. We'll see. We'll find it. Whether we find the owls or not, though, is another question. This is a really good meadow for hunting. Humans could use it. Hawks definitely use it. Owls use it. I bet coyotes use it. Traditionally, you could say there's been hawk and owl nests just in this section here in the past, many years in a row. Even if one gets blown down or something, they just rebuild. So surprising not seeing a nest right at the moment, but we'll see. Well, I didn't find any owls where I expected to, and I'd like to go this way and check this section of the forest a bit, but it seems like Tayla's calling it quits. Are you coming with me? Or do we need to go home? She might be tired out. She's been kind of low energy last few days, and when she got in back from, because she went to go spend Christmas with her family, when she got back, she had a giant diarrhea issue for a day. I don't think she's still entirely over it, but at least she isn't exploding in the house. You worn out, my girl? All right, let's head her home. Let's climb back up and head her home. No owls. This is a problem. It's going to be a big problem when I'm leading an owl talk and there's no owls. I do think there was a massive die-off due to avian flu last year. But we did find that. I found an owl feather in the cemetery, you know, so maybe I need to do a real thorough investigation of the cemetery. Yeah, it's probably not a bad idea. Something to do tomorrow morning. I'll leave Tayla at home. Well, I never got back to recording updates yesterday, so we are rolling into Friday morning, and once again starting it off down here at the cemetery, where I've actually caught myself a couple of owls. Hey, meadow voles, that's what I'm going for. So I actually caught 3. One of them died in there already. I don't know exactly why, but I just threw him in one of the trash cans. So, woohoo, that worked. Adding a little bit of peanut butter back in with the apples. Alright, we're gonna go back to the west side just like yesterday. Take Tayla for a little walk above Popson and maybe get into some of those updates. Well, Tayla and I are here in Upper Popson, and I was thinking I'll get those updates going, but I just turned on my camera and I realize it is down to 1 bar of battery power, which is not going to do it. I'm going to start telling a story and then stuff is going to crash out. So we'll have to get to the updates at some point later today. The only other thing on my professional agenda, so to speak, today is I have to go meet this husky who I'm going to be taking care of for 8 days coming up here. I think January 9th he'll be coming, or she'll be coming to the house. She's a 2-year-old husky, and it'll be interesting to see how she gets along with Tayla, because Tayla hasn't had a dog her size really coming through and being around. So it'll be interesting. I think they'll be all right though. That husky, I guess, goes to doggy daycare all the time, so she's very social and all of that. So I don't think it'll be a problem. But yeah, 1 o'clock I have that meeting. Other than that, Chris and Tootsie are at the house. I think Sheena's coming home today. She had gone up to Calgary, and I don't know about Raven, our other roommate, whether she'll make it back today or what. But it's going to be getting back to normal here after post-holidays and stuff. But I'll do the rundown on what went on over that period a little later, I guess, when I've got more juice. It's afternoon now. I had my meeting with the husky dog, whose name happens to be Lucy, same as my little white chihuahua. And that husky is just a baby girl. She's so sweet. So I think she's going to get along good with Tayla and the other dogs, and she's high energy like Tayla, but not even nearly as powerful. So I'm looking forward to it. And that client, she's got a new contract where she has to go leave home and work for 8 days, and then gets to come home for 6 days, and then goes back for another 8 days, and so on, all through the year. And so I'm gonna get a lot of work with this sweet husky dog. So I'm looking forward to it. I'll have her and I'll have Tayla, and that'll be the perfect couple of clients for me, for the most part, for dog watching. Anyway, I decided to return to this cemetery, and just have a quick scan around this side of the cemetery for potential owls, because the other day I did pick up a great horned owl feather out here. I know that in previous years there have been great horned owls nested down in the country club and river bottom below the country club, which is below here. So it could be that an owl just visited, or it could be that there's an owl living in one of these spruce trees around here, and there's lots of good spruce trees for them to choose from. So I'm just going to go around a little bit on this end of the cemetery and look for whitewash, or any signs of owls frequently perching anywhere, and see if I can find out if there are owls here or not. And we can take care of the updates. Not that there is a lot to update. I mean, as far as the house and all of that drama goes, I've just kind of set it aside for, like I in the weeks leading up to Christmas, I got my statement of defense ready. I think I've already talked about that on a video. And then I had a little back and forth with the lawyer for Fairstone, who were the ones suing me. And, I basically just told him that I want my house, and I know we can work something out, So, and then he got back to me and says, what's your offer? Let's see a proposal, an offer, or something. And I'll bring it to my clients, they're interested. So, and I haven't given a proposal as yet. This last week, I just kind of let it go. I didn't address it at all this last week. I figure you gotta give guys a break for the holidays and stuff. I don't need that stress right now, and he's probably not even in his office, that lawyer, right now, or the people working for Fairstone Financial. So let's deal with it in the new year, shall we? I don't know if they're okay with that timeline or not, but I just needed a mental health break from thinking about it, and I succeeded in turning that off for a little bit here, which is nice, but I do have to get back into it. Look at this old tree. I love this. Reminds me of the Douglas firs I used to climb in Oregon. Not seeing any owl sign as yet. So if they're hanging around somewhere, I'll definitely find a tree with owl scat and pellets all over underneath it. So without that tree, then yeah, there's no owls staying here frequently. And usually I find that stuff before I find the owl, But we'll see. Alright, so that's the update on the house. What else? Okay, the Christmas stuff itself, right? We just had Christmas. And both of our roommates, our downstairs roommate, Sheena, she was actually here for Christmas, at our house for Christmas Eve, and Christmas itself. But before that, she had gone visiting and pretty much immediately after that she'd gone visiting. She might come back today, I think. But she's been up in Calgary visiting family and stuff and doing Boxing Day shopping and all that kind of jazz. Our other roommate, Raven, has been home with family, and before she left though, Chris and I took her up to Yuck Yuck's Comedy Club in Calgary because I had free tickets to the show, complimentary VIP tickets. I get those once in a while from Yuck Yucks, so took advantage of those, went to go see the show, and then we had a big Christmas dinner on Christmas Eve, and Chris's family came. Well, her mom, 2 out of 3 of her sisters, some of the kids were there, and one of the family friends. And so, yeah, we had a pretty good big meal Christmas Eve. Still kind of cleaning up the last of those leftovers from that. My stomach is turning just thinking about that. Or it's moving, not turning, but not in a bad way, but it's getting juices flowing thinking about that, all that food. And right now we've got a gigantic turkey in our sink, thawing out in preparation for a New Year's dinner. And for sure all the roommates, I think, will be back for that. We're going to celebrate New Year's together at the house. So the Christmas all went good. It was funny. Chris's mom came over and just last night actually, and brought me another Christmas present. I don't know why, but she brought another present, and it was a mug that and a pair of socks, and she thought it was like it's saying go hike, and really it's saying take a hike. And I thought that was hilarious. She gives me a cup that says take a hike, and just as a joke, I started laughing at it and teasing her and stuff. I have so far, I'm having a lot of fun with my new mother-in-law. Yeah, she's a funny lady, and I enjoy her visits, and she always brings me tiger blood to smoke. A highly infused variety of marijuana that they sell around here. No owls as yet. What else do I have to update on? I don't know. Taking the break from the stress of thinking about that stuff with the house, I really just kind of shut myself off for this last week, this Christmas week. I've just been hanging out in the house. In the mornings I go routinely come here to the cemetery, and go take Tayla for a walk and that kind of thing. But after that routine, I've just been going home. Oh, I know. I've been reading this book, Fantastic Land. And it's a fantastic book. Forget the author's name. It's not somebody who I've read before or anything. The way that I found the book was I decided to go over to the ULETH library the other week, the University of Lethbridge, not their library, their bookstore, and look at what they're teaching in the different departments and stuff. I like to do that once in a while because you find some fresh stuff that the profs are into these days, or some of the stuff that they're just considering to be essential reads for the students. And so just to keep abreast, it's kind of nice to go check out your university bookstores once in a while and see what it is they're teaching. But in this case, I got a couple of different books, and one of them was this Fantastic Land, which was being taught as an English lit course, or in an English lit course. And it's a crazy, it reminds me kind of the first, when I was in the military, Jurassic Park. That book came out by Michael Crichton, and it kind of reminds me of reading that book for the first time. You just know somebody's going to make a killer movie out of this. The story itself is, I'm more than halfway through it now, and it's very much kind of a modern day Lord of the Flies, really. The scene is such, or the context is such, that a giant hurricane went through part of Florida, and where there's, you know, some of these theme parks like Disney and such. And one such theme park is this Fantastic Land, and it's a big place with, you know, multiple, they got like a Pirate's Cove and a fantasy type of land and this and that. Like they got like a circus area, different sections of the park. But anyway, this, you know, in planning for such an event, because, you know, no doubt you're going to have hurricanes down there, the park did train employees and gave them the option to stay behind and work kind of security in the event of a natural disaster like that, so that the park doesn't get looted if it's closed from natural disaster. And so they had really good storm shelters and lots of food and stuff, everything they could need to get by out there and keep security for a while. But things went awry, you know. They lost power for a little bit. Most of the employees there are young people, is fresh out of high school, and so it was a situation where you had, like, you know, 300 people, most of them very young people, locked in a you know, a sealed storm bunker, and all the power and lights and everything went out, and things started going sideways. And by the time they got the power back on some generators, already there had been a lot of injuries, and a couple of people had died in the kind of confusion and panic. And then things just got more and more sideways from there, you know, as the storm ended and they made their way out into the park. Some things happened, and you get to understand that, you know, when you got 300 something people, you're bound to have a sociopath or two in there. And when those kind of people don't have the leadership they need to control them, which they didn't in this case, things go south pretty quick. And yeah, it's very much like a Lord of the Flies story, you know, young people trying to kind of create some kind of, you know, social safe way to be, but it's not working out at all. So it gets pretty gruesome, and I'm just loving the book. I've been waiting for them to make a movie out of it. I'm going to turn off this record because we walk past this area and they got music playing. I don't want to get a copyright infringement. So that is basically the updates anyway. And I'm not seeing any owls this side of the park, so I'll probably save the other side of the park for another visit. Again.